Okay, welcome to round 5 of the State League Lacrosse here at the Malvern Town Hall. Today the game we're covering is the clash between Malvern and Williamstown. Old time rivals, Curly. A lot of history in both clubs. It's always a ding-dong game. We have past players day here up at Malvern today, and a lot of people up here for the day. A lot of people. I spoke to one chappie who played for the club. He said he hadn't been here for 50 years, Eric Granger from South Australia. He's here today along with a lot of others. Just like to, sadly, last Saturday we lost one of our past players, old comrade held in high esteem here at the club, premiership player, Trevor Porter, succumbed to motor neurones disease last Saturday, and Trevor passed away 10 minutes after the game. Very well remembered here, as I said, premiership player. Curly, what are your thoughts remembering Trevor?
Yeah, Trevor was a great club man, a very fierce competitor, always made eyes for the ball, and he'd never give up a one-on-one contest. A great loss, and like I say again, a great club person with the Malvern Cross Club. Rest in peace, Trevor.
Yeah, so as we said, we've got viewers all around Australia, all around the world now. From the lacrosse club, from the family, our condolences go out to all of Trevor's friends and family. I'm quite sure his partner Dolly and his daughter Jessica are watching today. So just all our love from the club, and the boys, all the senior teams today have been wearing black armbands. Very, very hard to see on a black uniform, but they're all wearing black armbands in honour of Trevor Porter, our esteemed past player. About 5 minutes to go before the game. Teams are warming up behind us, as you can see. So we'll be back shortly when we go live with the game.
Here we bloody go, boys! Here we go, lads! Come on, Malvern!
Back to the game. Malvern run on, Willie run on. Very, very important game for both teams, Dave. It's only early in the year. But this is a very important 4 points, both for Williamstown and for Malvern. Get that 4 points today. It's going to put either team, I think whichever one comes out with the win today will probably be second on the ladder. Being early in the year might not make much difference, but it's good to get those 4 points behind you, especially in the big games, Dave.
Yeah, very much so, Gus. That have 2 losses early in the year will be a bit hard to take at the time, but we'll see how we go today. Should be a pretty lively game. Track's fast, mud's low, blue skies.
Yeah, beautiful day up here at the Malvern Town Hall. Just introducing our officials for today. Today we have Rod Ansell, Alan Frost and Phil Zoma, who will take control of proceedings out there on the field. Bit of a one Malvern lost Rupert Smith earlier on today before the game. He's pulled up sick and unable to play today, so they've decided to run with 14 today rather than the 16.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that pans out, but certainly Malvern from last week overall the field will need to produce their best today. They're up against a very, very slick ball-moving team in Williamstown.
We go to the first face-off, as we know, very important. Most likely the winner of the face-off usually gets possession of the ball, has more chance to use it. So we go to the first face-off. Tom Bown against Williamstown. Williamstown win the face-off. Bring it into attack through Gibson. Working behind Liam Clark. He's got Sam Tudhonter minding him there today. A couple of matchups could be of interest today. Like Mitchell Baker's one of Malvern's prolific scorers. Williamstown have got Lockie Rossell on him, both Australian players. So we look forward to a good duel out there, Curl.
Yeah, that's very good. A Baker member last year in the grand final had Big Jeff Mollop climbing all over him, wore him cheaper than the cheap suit, but there's a goal.
Willie takes the first shot through Bryce Emery. Get the first goal on the board for Williamstown from about 50 seconds into the game. Got sort of past there, he didn't have much, he took the dodge, took the one-on-one. Malvern a bit slow to double there and got the nice shot off and beat Roger Chan. Tom Bown in the middle for Malvern, Noah Jenny for Williamstown. Noah a very experienced and Australian player. Tommy, young fella coming through. Jenny wins the ball for Williamstown. Where to go? So he goes to the safety, back to the goalkeeper, and Williamstown will work into their clear to give the ball into their attack. Not a lot of resistance as Butson runs it down for Williamstown. Gibson with the ball, sends it back to Clark. Clark drives on the bottom, looks across to the crease. Ball stays with Williamstown.
This is Angus Menzies at the top, also known as Sir Robert. Down to the bottom left, Gibson on the run. Back to Menzies, step, left shot, scores. Little slip skip. Angus Menzies, Williamstown's second goal.
Probably not the start Malvern were after. Bit of a slow start for them last week, and they worked their way back into the game. Be good to keep equilibrium and get into it early, and let's not have to be chasing a lead. Williamstown 2, Malvern 0. Only a couple of minutes gone in this first quarter. Malvern puts Angus Thompson Pritchard into the middle for this one. Against Sean Clark. Ball out with Williamstown.
Shay Moat.
It's first 3 face-off possessions go to Williamstown. Nice check there by Lockie Bound, just lodges the ball. Williamstown able to gather it and get it back. Ball's with Clark. It's up high. Williamstown look for their changes. Pass too high. Ball gets thrown out. Malvern with a chance to clear the ball now. Boongies will pick it up. Williamstown quite prepared to let them walk the ball up, Dave.
Got to get rid of it early to the midfield. Make the midfielders do the work.
Here's the one, here's the outlet there, but he ignores it.
Yeah, we get yourself in hot water if we ignore the midfield, if he's open.
I think it'll be Williamstown plan to let Roger bring the ball up as far as he can.
Yeah, you got
Long option, gets it clear. Butler gets the ball across.
You got to be careful that sun.
Settles it down. Baker with the ball. Josh Norton working behind for the Malvern team. Set up to Cubby. Young Liam Barnes in the game. He's the goal scorer from last week, number 7, Garrett. Malvern will be wanting him to do a fair bit today. There's the first shot from Malvern. It's saved by Williamstown. Ball picked up by Moat. Gets it across the middle. Russell fumbles with the ball. Pressure's on there. Trans in there. Baker trying to get through it to get the ball. Can't come up with it. Williamstown get the ball. Plenty of time to set the clear, Dave.
Brock Gourlay with the ground ball there.
Pretty easy clear. Not much pressure there from the Malvern riding team. Jenny up top. Defended by Curry. Gibson makes a run, the left-hand sweep. Looking for options. Takes the shot or takes the pass, it doesn't matter. The goalie's come up with it, Chan's got up with it. Malvern need to get down there a lot earlier and help this guy clear the ball, Dave.
Yep, they're all subbing off, but they've got to get a midfielder down to the ball.
Can't be subbing until we clear the ball. Back with Chan in the middle, he just walks it down again. Williamstown riding hard everywhere else, just allowing the goalkeeper to be open, knowing that he probably won't cross the line and run it. And he's going to do it. There he goes. He crosses the line, Chan's down. Looks for somewhere to go. Gives it to Wada, to Kashi Wada. Norton with the ball down the bottom right. Just trying to count up their numbers. Malvern make the subs that they need. They've done a bit up and down the ground. They probably need a little bit of time to get some air back in the tank. Garrett's the one. He's the one that's they're going to be looking for to take him on and dodge, but he moves it off to Wada. Wada goes down to Norton down the bottom. He sends it across to Tran. Up with Curry now. Now is this the move where Garrett takes them on? Garrett drives right. Good defence by Williamstown. Sent the slide early. Garrett's nowhere to go, so he moves it off.
Yeah, Malvern got to use the sun here. Got the sun coming over the grandstand. They've got to make most of those shots, make Evan Willis work for everything.
It's Takashi Wada on the move. Dumps across to Pritchard. Goes down to Norton down the bottom. Across to Tran. He makes a little skip around the corner looking for a shot. There's nothing there. Moves it up to Curry. Curry with Takashi. He always makes the move, takes a shot, goes wide and high. Referees call Malvern to keep possession. Up with Curry. Likes to run and go to his left-hand side. Back with Wada now. It's to make a move up the top. No one open. Good defence by Williamstown. Very non-committal, Dave, at this stage of the game.
Yeah, Malvern had 3 on the crease there. Here we go. Cut from Curry, not there. Williamstown double the ball. And it'll be against.
Referee's called a black ball. He's called that the Williamstown player tried to play the ball without his stick. Lucky break for Malvern there that time. Ball comes up to Mitchell. Russell Garden-Mitchell gets it across to Curry. Tries to make his run again. Uses his strength, pushes through, nowhere to go. Gets it over to Tran. He drives the hook on the left-hand side. Looks for the shot. Shot's wide. Misses. Stay with Malvern.
Yeah, little cubby there got inside. He was open, but the shot was 6 foot over the top.
Malvern desperately looking to get on the board, but no reason to rush. Got to work the ball and get it done the right way. Thompson Pritchard using his strength, looks over, nowhere there, takes a shot. The referees have called that Williamstown must have been closest to the ball when it went over, so it'll come to Williamstown to clear the ball. Let's see what Malvern do this time, Dave. It's been very easy for Williamstown to clear, and same again.
Yeah, they caught him subbing.
Yep.
Oh, that's gone out of bounds. That'll suit Malvern.
Yep. Yeah, a little bit of 101. You know, we need to not be making any subs until we've cleared the ball.
Well, that's exactly right. The other team realise they're going to sub every time you turn it over. They're just going to throw the ball to them
straight to the far side, and away you go.
Long stick in the middle of the ground, whatever it is, and away they go. It's got plays open here, but doesn't
yeah, just a bit slow to moving on. Boonges with the ball, goes between 2-3 players. Malvern calls a timeout. They need to get back to the drawing board and have a little chat. Williamstown 2, Malvern 0. We've got 6 minutes and 13 to go in this first quarter. I'm sure the coaches will be talking about a way to sort of slow down the Williamstown clear. And making sure that, you know, let's get the ball cleared in our own half before we start to have 3-4 guys run into the bench because they're gassed. I'm sure that'll be what they're talking about right now, Dave.
Well, Williamstown's reputation over the last 60 years that I know of has been fast break kings. Every goalkeeper from Alan Sharon and Scooter Garnsworthy and Robbie Walton and Evan Willis now get that ball and away it goes. Middle of the ground to the midi, they stick out, catches it and fast break. Here they go. It's bread and butter for Williamstown.
Work very hard at every stage of the field, and especially in their clearing. It's, you know, they get 3 or 4 steps on the opposition, get the ball left the goalkeeper, and they're gone. The Malvern with a settled attack opportunity here. Ball will start with Baker. Gives it across to young Liam Barnes. Norton working behind. It's Baker. Takashi Wada up the top. You got Garrett back on in the middle. I probably think they're going to have him try and take someone on and draw the dump. Just happy to work around the perimeter. There's the cut from young Barnes. Takes a shot.
Oh, good shot. Another
Picked
one.
up by Wada. Wada takes a shot. I think Malvern will realise real early in the game that this goalkeeper's not going to be easy beats. And here we go, as we speak. Harry Gibson down the ball on a fast break. Gets started up by 3 or 4 Malvern boys. Ball goes in dispute. It's on the ground. This is an area Malvern need to lift their game. They weren't too good last week on the ground balls. Anyway, ball's with Butson.
That's a good contest all around.
Yeah, that was a hard
good contest. You always heard him.
Let's have an official's timeout here. Williamstown player is down. Not quite sure. I didn't see what happened there, Dave.
Mate, he's half on the ground and Barnes, he's come through and bodied him. He's dropped onto his knees. Oh, he's holding his stomach.
He looks okay. He's holding his stomach, but it looks like he could be all right. That's young Cal Gibson from Williamstown. Heads to the bench, tells his teammates he's okay. The Williamstown start with possession again with Butson. Just happy to move the ball around the perimeter.
Big Jenny, good check.
Drive by Jenny. Gets dispossessed, but gets it back. Gets it over to number 4. Harry Gibson takes a shot. Chance come up with the save. That's much better. He's got it to the runner in Curry. He's off to the races. Got 3 Williamstown players on him. This is the ferocity of the Williamstown too, Dave. They don't give you anything easily.
Yeah, they've got great leg speed. They'll close down on you and box her in.
Good work by Aaron Curry. Now we head to the bench to get a couple of subs. Okay, ball with Bound. Sends it over to Mitchell, up the top to Garrett. We saw last week, Dave, Garrett quite prepared to take a couple of runs from that top centre position, beat the man and either score the goal or dump it. But he's not sort of in it today. Here he goes. He makes his move. Garrett dumps it across to Mitchell. Mitchell Baker drives down the bottom left, looking for somewhere to go. Hooks around, forces the pass. Malvern gets the shot. It goes out. Going to be a close one here. No, it's still in possession. Ball in dispute in the bottom corner of the field. Not quite sure what happened there. Angus Thompson-Pritchard loses his head, or his helmet anyway. And we have had a foul called against Williamstown. We'll just wait for the referee's call on that. Number 1 from Williamstown, Troy Butson, has been given 1 minute for an unsportsmanlike conduct. This puts Malvern into the man up, which they need to score. Their percentages haven't been too high so far this year. Today could be the day to lift them up, Dave. I don't think we're going to see a lot of man up today. It's referees are letting it all, a lot of it flow. And anyway, ball with Tran. It's back to Norton. Norton across to Wada. Up the top to Baker. They'll move the ball up the top a couple of bits before they start to make their move. But Curry lines up a long shot, goes wide. Malvern retain possession through Norton.
It's Malvern's 6th shot that's missed the net this first quarter.
Tran with the shot. Scores.
Nice finish.
The well-timed goal from Malvern. It breaks the ice for them, so now they're away. Let's hope that they can continue. Unreleasable penalty, so Williamstown will start this face-off with 1 short. Sean Clark against Tom Bound in this face-off. .252 to go in the first quarter. Williamstown 2, Malvern 1. Face-off won by Clark. And Williamstown will get possession.
Williamstown's won all 4 face-offs.
Yep. Williamstown are still man down for about 15 seconds. No thought by Malvern there about and pushing the ball, Dave, while they were 1 up.
No, I don't think they will. They'll stay back and wait for them.
Okay, so penalty releases for Williamstown, 6 apiece now down in the attack. Ball with Harry Gibson at the top. Not in any hurry, seeing 2:13 to go in the quarter. They might be looking to run a bit of time off the clock and make sure they get the last shot for the quarter. That might be a little bit too much time to be doing that. Ball's back with Harry Gibson. He's looking for the dodge. 1 up, 1 up, 1 on 1 at the
back
top.
to 1-4-1.
He's dropped it. Yep, takes the move.
Good
Gets
slide.
past Bound.
Good
Good
slide.
slide by Sammy Todd Hunter. Looks up, deflects.
See
Lucky
who's
break
awake.
for
Oh,
Malvern.
mamma mia.
My goodness. He was asleep first and foremost. The ball came. It fell into his stick. Anyway, it's gone now. So
Don't go offside.
unbelievable. He
Don't
stepped
go
offside.
offside. That's just what he did.
Williamstown with possession of the ball. Clark driving on the bottom. Runs into trouble. The Malvern player, Brendan Tran, had stepped offside, so Williamstown in possession of the ball will take a 30-second man-up opportunity.
the top to Jenny. Butson at the very top point, gets it across to Gibson, goes down to the other brother Gibson on the bottom left. They'd be happy to move it around the perimeter, run some time, probably up to 10 seconds to go and make their move. Drive behind, looks to the shooter at the top, it's not there. Gibson with the shot now, goes wide.
He's missed his last 4, young Harry.
Yeah.
He's had a dip.
Very dangerous player. We don't want to be allowing him to be taking too many shots today. Fortunate for Malvern, he has missed his first few.
Last 10
Back
seconds.
with Gibson again. We're calling 5 seconds to go in the quarter.
No,
Williamstown straight across, and with 3 seconds to go, Harry Gibson drives, beats the man, gives it to his brother on the corner, Cal Gibson, and Williamstown scores. So we go to the end of the first. Williamstown leads 3-1. It's been a fairly lopsided affair so far, Dave. Williamstown seem to have control of this game at this point in time.
Yeah, particularly with winning all the face-offs and offensively wise. It looked to be, in the driver's seat at the moment, but let's hope Malvern can certainly warm up and get amongst it.
Yep, early days. And momentum swings as we go along. So, for the quarter, Dave, take us through the stats that you have there, mate, please.
Yeah, Malvern just had the 3 shots on the net with the 1 goal for little number 8 Cubby House. They've had the 6 missed shots on the net, and Williamstown down the other end, they've had 6 shots on the net for 3 goals, and they haven't missed any. So they're right on target, in close too.
So the shot tally seemed to be fairly close, just the difference in accuracy, Dave.
Yeah, very much.
The face-off this time, it'll be Angus Thompson-Pritchard for Malvern, Sean Clark for Williamstown. Williamstown ahead in this area so far. I think they've won most.
They've won all 4.
Won all 4.
And pretty clean, not as if it's been a midfield contesting anything. It's been straight out from the stick of the face-off play. There he goes again.
Clark straight out with the ball, drives down, looks to dump it off to the corner. The referees have called that a shot. So it'll stay with possession with Williamstown. Liam Clark with the ball behind for Williamstown. Sends it up the top to Gibson. Sends it up further. Referees have got a call here. What have we got here? All good. Williamstown resume their their possession opportunity. Bryce Emery with the ball, makes a step around, Curry defending. Around, he gets the shot, but it goes wide. Stays with Williamstown, backed up behind. Pass pumped into the middle, and it looks like it's going to go out in dispute. Baker picks the ball up. Hasn't got much behind him. Williamstown very fast down the field. Malvern guys still walking down the field. Malvern lose possession of the ball. Williamstown will clear it with ease. Butson with the ball, guarded by Butler.
Right hand
to make a run. Gets around, dumps it off. Mistake there by the Williamstown player. Loose ball pushed by James Butler from Malvern. The ball will be Williamstown. They'll retain possession in attack.
This is Mantis, bottom right.
Curry plucks the ball. He's off. Williamstown player Harry Gibson chases him down. Ball goes to Baker. Baker loses his footing, misses the ball. Williamstown will get it again. Ball comes out in dispute, picked up by Sly Mowat.
He's on the move.
Gets it across to Cal Gibson.
On the move. It's Roger Tran.
Another save by Roger Tran. Chan, he needs some help down there. Ball with Callum Gibson, sends it over to Josh Gordon. Gives it to Noah Jenny. They'll be patient at Williamstown, not in any rush to go. Got a slight lead. Maintaining most of possession of the ball down in attack. Working around the perimeter for now, waiting for the open player. Jenny with the ball.
It's the flash off the top. To his right.
Josh Gordon
Dishes
makes the
off.
move. Very patient in attack, Williamstown with the ball. Liam Clark holds it up behind. Makes his drive around the corner.
It's a good
Throws
check.
the pass in. Good check there by the Malvern player, Sam Todd Hunter, but lose possession. Williamstown maintain it again.
Clark.
Another
Clark
save
is
to
wide.
Chan. And we're going to have a timeout charged to Williamstown. Just interesting that match-up, Dave, between young Mitchell Baker and Brock Goulet down there in the attack. I'd just think, like maybe Mitch needs to take him on a little bit, test him out. He's a very hard player to get past, but if he starts to get a bit more aggressive and maybe take him on, there may be others slide towards him, which gives him opportunity to dump the ball, but just sort of not aggressive enough in attack at this point in time, Malvern, when they do get it down there.
Yeah, they're gonna look to penetrate. I still think cutting back door will give them a good opportunity too. Williamstown will drop back into their normal slough defence, cover the shooters.
Sean Clark with the ball, sends it over to Noah Jenny. Once again, they'll be patient. They won't be in any rush to give the ball up, Dave.
Oh, they'll run through their systems. They just keep knocking on the door till they finally get it opened. Cutter, did want him. Bottom right, look at the top. Jenny's a dominant right-hander. Plenty of power. The lefty pops.
Another save for Chan.
Right in the pad.
Keeping a minute at this point in time, Roger Chan, the Malvern goalkeeper. Once again, the difference in the ride. Garrett gets the ball up in the middle of the ground. He's off to the races, looks up, got water if he needs it, decides to run it himself. Okay. It's not looking very crisp at the moment, the Malvern side, when they come into to attack. Baker down to Norton. Norton looks across the Tran at the bottom left.
Yeah, they're extending the defence out now.
Yeah, they're starting to push out a little bit. The confidence is up with the Williamstown defence. That's what I mean. It's time for Malvern to pick out the short sticks and take them on. Here we have Wada. Wada makes his move, drives to his left, looks somewhere, takes a shot and scores. It's a great shot.
Sweet.
Great piece of play. The same Malvern needed, that's an understatement, but that brings it back to 3 to Williamstown, 2 to Malvern. Halfway through the second quarter. Difference in shot that time, Dave, on the cage. Down on the goal, he's offside. Makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, it was hard and low, that's for sure. Across Evans' feet into that corner.
Clark wins yet another face-off for Williamstown. Dominating that area at the moment, the Williamstown side. As we all know, first use of the ball is a pretty important tool to have.
That and a good goalkeeper.
Yep.
You're halfway home.
Yep. Josh Gordon with the ball, he moves it across, Butson up the top. Decides to move it down to Gibson on the left. Across the back of the goal.
Comes Harry.
Harry Gibson with the ball, he drives right. Slide by Bound.
So,
And yet again,
Roger.
poor shot, but you know, Roger Tran, he's seeing him, he's picking him up. Malvern is still substituting while we're trying to clear the ball, Dave. It's,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the long stick, the fourth long stick, staying on the field and clearing the ball. I mean, I don't think it's a union
Tommy
rule.
Bound with the
but,
ball, he gets it across under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, Squiddy after him.
Runs into a
Bring
wall
it
of
out.
Williamstown players. He's able to keep it and move it off behind.
Hot.
We're just trying to.
Coming
Malvern
back.
just seem to be too impatient,
Got him on a
pumping
flag.
the ball. But anyway, we've got a flag. Let's see what this call is. Okay, we have a couple of calls here. We have a call on Sid Dunham for Williamstown. I think it was a 1 minute slash, Dave. Is that what the referees called? It was a little bit unclear, and now we have a second penalty for Williamstown for an offside. So Malvern will take the ball into attack with a 6-on-4 situation. Good opportunity to score.
This will go to Garrett and a
Gonna
crease.
move their feet, get their passes crisp. Wada
Oh,
takes a
straight
shot
to the
straight at
stick.
the goalkeeper's stick, and he saves it. Bit of a waste of a two-man situation. Ball goes down to the bottom line. Gibson tries to keep it in. He's unsuccessful, so Malvern is still with two-man up. They need to get it. They've got a long way to get it up. One comes straight. No talk from the Malvern people. Number 2 comes straight off the box and dispossesses Sammy Todd Hunter. Had no idea he was coming. The Malvern still have 20 seconds to go on the penalty.
No, they won't chase it.
What do you do in this situation? I'd be gambling. I'd be out there putting 2 on the ball and try and make the spill and get it back.
Well, if you do that, all 6 have got to do it together.
Yep, as the penalty
it's
comes
over
down
now.
and Jenny comes on for Williamstown unattended. Butson with the ball. They've just killed the penalty. Just killed 2 penalties, Williamstown, so they're not going to be in any hurry to move this on. Back to Butson at the top again. Over with Jenny. He makes a slip. Tries to take on Baker. Retains the ball. Gets the ground ball. Keeps the ball moving for Williamstown attack. Another save to Chan.
Menzie.
Boonji's with the ball. Long stick's got to run it up. He gets it across. Good work, Sam Boonji's. Needs somewhere to go though. He just needs the help. Norton with the ball. Tran will settle it down. Baker with the ball has a short stick. It's probably a good chance for him now to try and make a move. Use his speed and agility. Couple of changes there from the Malvern side. Baker now makes his move behind. Comes back to the left-hand side with the hook. Angus Thompson-Pritchard with a shot goes high. Fortunately for Malvern, Baker backs it up and they'll keep possession of the ball. Now we have the switch up. Goulet back to Baker. Moves it on. Thompson-Pritchard at the top. Likes to take a run.
Going to a 1-4-1. Put 2 into the crease.
Ball with Tran. He's primarily going to move it on from that spot. Baker makes his move. Comes around the corner. Has a shot. Ball's disputed. Picked up by Williamstown. Gets it across to the goalkeeper. Garrett lays the bump there. Williamstown still with the ball. Thompson-Pritchard gets in the way, but he's unable to pick it up, and Butson comes out with the ball, sends it Williamstown into a fast break. Gibson with the ball, top left. guarded by Lockie Bound. Bryce Emery moves it down. Williamstown realising the sun can be a bit of a problem down that end, and then Sean Clark decides to roll it to him, but it didn't work either. It's gone out and it'll be a Malvern ball. It's been a bit up and down this last few minutes, Dave.
Yeah, well, I say Williamstown's had 4 shots on the net,
yeah.
No score, and they've missed 3.
Yeah. Seen some very undisciplined stuff at this point in time.
I mean, it's only a 1-goal
Butler
game.
gets the ball, runs it across, gives it to Thompson Pritchard. Malvern clear the ball and they have another opportunity in attack. 3-2 Williamstown. 4 minutes 15 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Malvern midfield now got to pick out.
I think, Mitch needs to realise if he does get it, now's the time. You've got a midfielder, you've got to use your speed, use your agility, skips past, looks for the assist, not there. Sends it around the back to Barnes. Barnes gets it to Tran. Tran drops the ball. In dispute, yet again, I think Butson's probably come up with about 6 of these so far.
Yeah.
Transitions down to Bryce Emery. Bryce Emery looks across, nowhere to go, and he gets held up. Butler gets the ground ball. Hardly in pursuit. Sean Clark chases hard.
And we've got the timeout on the black.
Malvern don't take their second time out for the half. Time to talk. Drawing board out, David. It's probably fair to say at this point of time on the score, Williamstown 3, Malvern 2. Williamstown have had a lot of possession of the ball. And Roger Chan at this point in time is coming up with some great saves, and probably fair to say he's keeping them in the game at this point in time.
Exactly. I say again, Williamstown, the way they play their offence, just continually come at you from all angles. So they keep banging on that door.
Yeah, they don't let you have anything easy, Curly. That's their strength.
They're very disciplined. They'll wait to the right shot at the right time. If it's not there, they'll move it. Yeah, but Tran's been exceptional in the net for Malvern.
Yeah, no, he's having a good day, Roger. Just needs a little bit more help with that clearing of that ball. I think there's going to be a bit more desperation to get a short stick midi that can run down to him and get the early pass off him so they can get a move on up the other end of the field. Yeah, rare possession for Malvern in attack. 3 minutes 28 to go in the second. Ball start with Aaron Curry. This is one that I'd like to see take a few more on, Dave. Young Curry. Oh, with Curry, sends it across to Baker.
Yeah, they're going back with the 2 on the crease again. Little circle rotation.
Tran's trying to work his man there. Gets double teamed. Triple teamed.
Oh.
Shocking pass.
It's Baker
so
under the pump.
Just not up to this level, that type of passing. Simple turnover.
They got him boxed in.
Riding a bit harder this time, Malvern. They're trying to box this guy up in the corner, but he gets past. Bracken O'Jewell. Good work. Gibson gets it down in the bottom left-hand corner. Send it up to Sean Clark. Butson again, been very prominent in this game so far, Troy Butson. A lot of possessions. Williamstown with the ball up there. Sends it up to Harry Gibson at the top. Across to Butson, sends it back to Gibson.
He's going to dodge.
This is the one he's going to go.
Setting Tommy Bound up.
Tommy Bound defending there. Good work.
Oh, thank you. There it goes.
Quality shot. Bounced off the ground. Not much chance for Roger Chan to stop that one, and Butson scores for Williamstown to take it out to 4-2. Angus Thompson Pritchard for Malvern in the face-off against Noah Jenny for Williamstown. Thompson Pritchard flicks it out but can't pick it up.
It's loose.
Ball's down in dispute, picked up by number 7 for Williamstown. Easy goal. Easy goal. Malvern failed to pick the ball up. It was there for the taking, couldn't get it. Liam Clark said, I'll have it and I'll make sure. Goes to goal and scores. It sort of breaks it open a bit now. That's 5-2. It's chasing a 3-goal lead now heading into half-time. It seems to have been the pattern a little bit, with Malvern coming from behind. They had their opportunities in this quarter to sort of tie it back and even go ahead. But just simple, basic 101 errors has cost them dearly so far. We have a legal procedure on blue.
Got one.
Well, there's the one. There's the win for Malvern face-off. Thompson Pritchard sends it across to Curry. Down to Baker. Gets it behind to Josh Norton. Throws it straight into the stick. Away we go again. The errors are just at this point in time. The errors are killing Malvern. They need to pick it up.
Yeah, could put a stamp on that one from Josh Norton. He's trouble.
Yeah, deflection off the goalie. Simple error in the Malvern tack. Williamstown are making Malvern pay for every single error that they make, and so far there's been a few. They need to get their stuff together there and have a good talk and sort it out. Place of one dispute, picked up by Curry. Needs to drive, he drives. Takes the look, gets his shot and scores. That's what I said about this young Aaron Curry. He's so capable, as we saw that time. The speed, he gets the ball, he can run. He's very hard to catch. But Malvern just need to get this kid into the game a lot more. He needs to be a 3 or 4 goal scorer for the team to make them win each week. (6-3) Williamstown, 50 seconds to go in the second quarter. Clark with the ball straight out there again. Drives down, looks across. Quick as that. Quick as that.
Yeah, means he's got one there in off Rogers' foot. Williamstown, that's it. 4 shots on the goal and 4 scores. The last
pretty
4.
hard for a goalkeeper to save them when they're that close. Been very dominant, Sean Clark, today so far. Ably assisted by Noah Jenny. Tommy Bown in there for Malvern against Sean Clark for this one. Clark again. Throws the ball across to his brother, Liam Clark, who has a shot, goes wide, will stay with Williamstown. Plenty of time for them to score. No, we've got a call. We've got a call, Malvern ball. 29 seconds to go in the quarter. They need to clear it first and foremost. Well, we have a call here. Have a referee's call here.
What have we got?
Just waiting for clarification from the referees as to exactly what the call is. I'm not sure that there was a penalty called.
out.
Yeah, he's called number 8, Cal Gibson, for an unsportsmanlike 1 minute. Ball with Baker. Malvern are not even ready. They don't have their 6 on. 21 seconds to go in the quarter. And there's still a full minute nearly to go on the penalty. I think Malvern will hold the ball and gain possession at the start of the second quarter, probably for about a 20-second margin. Well, that's the half. So Malvern will start the third quarter with possession of the ball in a man-up situation. Half-time, Dave. Yeah, look, it's not over. Williamstown are certainly making the most of their opportunity. While on the other hand, Malvern seem to be making many unforced basic skill errors that are slaughtering themselves at the moment.
Yeah, exactly right. The errors that Malvern have created have certainly assisted Williamstown with their possessions. That's how quick the game can change. We're only a goal down barely 5 minutes ago.
Yep. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for the second half. Just as Romy Ansell brings over the cream cakes and coffee for the commentators. So we'll take a short break and we'll be back for the second half.
Okay, boys, bring it in.
Just like to take this opportunity before we get going with the second half to thank all the sponsors of the Malvern Lacrosse Club for the season. First and foremost, Strata Results. Been sponsoring the club for a few years now. Can't do without these sponsors. We have 330 Collins Street and Alberto Rice sponsoring the club. Equilibrium Sports. Gary down there at Equilibrium Sports. Any injuries or any niggles that you have, you go and see Gary. He'll fix you up pretty quickly. Melbourne Fire Doors, sponsor of the club last couple of years. We've put their money in. Topalon Motors, one of our sponsors. Steve Bound, the coach of the Malvern side. Topalon Motors. Anderson's Removals. Good old Mal and his team there from Anderson's Removals, taking care of the lacrosse club, putting their money in. Malvern Vale Hotel, where all the boys go on a Tuesday night after practice with their Palmer and pot. And finally, we'd just like to thank Chicken Charlie's down the road, the best chicken and chips in Melbourne. Back to the game now. Malvern in a man-up situation. Baker with the ball. Sends it down to Tran. Tran up to Curry. Baker looks, takes the shot, goes high, misses. Malvern will keep possession. A little bit more lively on that man-up attempt there, Dave.
Yeah, they moved a bit quicker. 10 on the penalty.
Need to work for the right shot.
Too far out.
Yeah. So all even, back to a 6-on-6 situation. Malvern retained possession of the ball through Wada. Wada looks to make a move. He drives the ball across, sends it up to Curry. Curry to Baker. Is this the one that's going to take the move? Baker drives left. Nowhere to go. Gets double teamed very quickly.
Yeah, they're sending him off the crease.
Curry.
The double's coming straight off the crease. Curry, that's out in the full.
Norton with the ball, drives to bottom right corner. Dribbles it across to Baker. The pass off again.
Good pass.
Just got to pick up their skills, Malvern. They're just not up to what they need to be for this game at this point in time. Very capable. Boogie's comes across. Good ground ball. Drives down the left-hand side. Looks to where he's going to go. Decides to call it off, pull it back, get his subs back on, and then get back into the movement of the 6-on-6 attack.
Garrett then could have put himself to the crease and given Sammy B a real good 4-on-3 split there, but virtually stood his way. Goes Norton. Got the double. Quick.
Poor shot, straight to the goalies. Williamstown looked to clear the ball. Baker putting the pressure on. Bracken O'Jewell clears the ball for Williamstown and gets it off to Gibson, who'll slow it down. No, he sends it across. Williamstown drive. Nowhere to look. Sends it across to Gibson on that bottom left-hand corner. Boogie's on his tail. Looks across. Williamstown move the ball quickly, take a shot. Noah Jenny comes up with a goal. Bottom right-hand corner. 8-3 now, Dave. It's starting to look like it could be starting to slip a little way. The referees have called a foul on the Malvern player, but it's cancelled out by the goal. Angus Thompson Pritchard against Sean Clark again. Well, the last few face-off, Clark's come out with the ball clearly and headed towards the goal, and I think Malvern might need to get someone down the other end of the line, or they're going to back Angus Thompson Pritchard. Yeah, they back him and he comes up with the ball. Big win for the Malvern. Tram with the ball on the left side. Cross to Norton. Baker down right. Goulet guarding him.
That's Russell on him.
Lockie Russell. Barnes with the ball. Sends it across to Curry. I think he's got to look for the short stick matchups. The young fella Barnes, he's prepared to take a run. Dumps it off down to Norton. Norton looks across. Tran tries to make a move. Comes on the left-hand side. Thompson Pritchard with the ball up the top. Continues to move it to Norton. Norton across to Baker, stands behind. Nowhere to go there. Pretty stagnant. Baker makes the move, hooks around the left-hand side, takes a shot, misses. Thompson Pritchard backs up and Malvern retain possession of the ball in their attacking half. Up to Barnes. Just wondering if Barnes realises he's got the short stick, he's got some leg speed. Norton drives down the bottom left, gets jammed up. Nowhere to go.
Oh, Tubby.
Looks across to Tran. Tran grabs it and puts it in. So Malvern get one back, brings it back to 8-4. Only 4 minutes into this third quarter. Crucial for Malvern if they can come up with a couple of more face-off wins. I'm going to have Tommy Bound facing off for Malvern against Sean Clark for Williamstown. It appears now that Malvern have dropped number 3, Lockie Bound, down a little bit just to maybe try and counteract that fast break if it does come out with Clark again. Straight out the back.
And we did the old kicker out the back.
That's the experience of a good face-off guy. Williamstown in attack. Gibson with the ball.
Sends it up to Emery. Emery looks across. Goes across to Harry Gibson. Finds Noah Jenny up the top right there. Happy to move the ball back off to Emery. Emery looking to take young Curry on. Gets around, he takes the shot, goes wide. In dispute, Lachlan tries to pick the ball up, gets knocked over. The referees, I think, have called a loose ball push here. They've called number 5, Noah Jenny, for a 1 minute foul for a legal body check. So at 8-4, Malvern take a full 1 minute unreleasable into the man-up situation. They do need to score here, Dave, if they're to stay in touch.
Yeah, very much. Can't afford to fail now in the second half of this game, and trailing by 4, they need every post a winner. And they've got the sun. They've got to make the most of it.
Yep. Got to work for the right shot, though.
They've got them
Breaker
running.
in the middle, moves it across to Curry. Good ball movement at the top. He looks down to Norton.
Oh.
Norton gets the ball on the crease. He stuffs it straight into the goalkeeper's stick. So Williamstown get the ball back. Still in penalty situation, Williamstown. I see Malvern need to ride this hard. But yet again, it seems to be too easy. Williamstown clear. Butson with the ball. He looks at the bench to see the penalty. They'll run it down. There's no pressure from Malvern. They're going to let him stand up there and run the clock down. Williamstown successfully kill that penalty, so we go back to an all-even situation. Menzies moves the ball across to Butson. Noah Jennings fresh out of the box. Drive behind. It's Liam Clark, Todd Hunter tending to him. Nice defensive work by Sam Todd Hunter then. Butson across. Looks to Jenny, looks to dodge. Big strong player. Lazy shoulder down. Takes a shot, it goes wide. It's backed up by Williamstown, so they'll keep possession of the ball. 8:20 to go in the third. Williamstown have a 4-goal lead.
Williamstown only had 2 shots this quarter, and both from the powerhouse face-off man, Jenny. Scored with 1, but that one missed.
Gibson with the ball. Sends it down to Jenny. He's got a short stick. He's going to try and barge his way the bottom right. Looks around, gets his shot off. Saved by Roger Chan again, but the ball's in dispute. Butson comes through, can't pick it up. Bound picks it up, but he's dispossessed by Butson. Ball in dispute. Referees call. Referees have called, I think they've called a possession to Williamstown. Sean Clark with the ball. Looks to the bench. Williamstown making a sub. They'll hold it up and wait. Butson sends it across to Emery and comes. Sean Clark coming off for a break.
On come the fresh cavalry.
Yep. Harry Gibson about to come on for Williamstown. Ball goes straight to him. Content to move it around the perimeter and work for the right opportunity. Emery makes the move, looks back up to the top. Butson with the ball, he dumps it again at Jenny. Jenny takes a shot and scores. There's the importance of ball movement and patience there, Curly, from the Williamstown side.
Yeah, well, Garrett went on the double. Unfortunately, exposed that right-hand side, and Williamstown was straight onto that.
Takes it out to 9-5, a 5-goal lead with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Thompson Pritchard up against Clark out there in the middle. Clark wins it. forces it back to Willis, the Williamstown goalkeeper. They'll look to set their clear up. They haven't had much pressure from the riding side of Malvern. Once again, we have an easy clear, which is spilled. Thompson Pritchard gathers up the garbage, and he's got straight away, he's under immense pressure. 2-3 Williamstown players chasing.
Looks like the wood chopping down the Royal Melbourne show.
And we have a referee's call here. I'm not quite sure, but we'll get it to you.
They used to be penalties.
Well, we've seen a flag's just been flown. We'll wait on the referee's call. It looks like Williamstown are going to the box, and Malvern will get another man-up opportunity.
Blue, 1-0, slashing, 1 minute. Blue, 7, cross check, 1 minute.
Oh, we have a double call. We have a cross-checking call on Liam Clark.
And Emery.
And we have a 1 minute penalty on Emery. So Malvern have a perfect opportunity to score. They go in a 6-on-4 situation. Sun behind them. They just need to make sure they get the passes nice and crisp and work for the right shot. Wada starts, back to Baker. Baker across to Curry. Not drawing much commitment from the D at this point in time. Just happy to move the ball around the top to Wada. Wada goes down the bottom to Norden, back to Wada, across to Baker. Baker's looks to the crease. There's Garrett, takes a shot. Shot goes wide. Kept in possession by Malvern. Baker winds one up. Lets it rip. Baker scores. It pulls it back to 9-5. 5:57 to go. Williamstown still have 2 players in the penalty box. I guess if ever Malvern wanted to win a face-off, David, it'd be right now.
Well, Malvern with just under 6 to go into the third. They need to win everything. Every ground ball, every shot on the net, and every good save they can come up with.
Yep. You must take advantage of your opportunities when they arise. There'll be Clark and Thompson Pritchard in the middle. Two Malvern guys, one each side, all by himself. Williamstown with 2 in the box. Face-off's called. Clark comes straight out with it. Timeout called to Williamstown. Well, I'll probably just have a little bit of a talk. They don't have too much longer to go in the penalties. I just want to hold the ball out. Very interesting to see. Malvern now have time to get their act together, and whoever the ball holder is when the game starts, they can triple team him, Dave, having 2 in the box.
That's exactly what I think Williamstown will probably expect, and they'll probably give the ball to someone like Butson or Emery and just tell them to run the hell out of it around the net in the attacking half and kill that.
Yep, Malvern need to score to stay in this game. Well, it looks like Malvern are going to send 2 to the ball. From where I'm seeing at the moment, there's still plenty of Williamstown players open that they need to cover. Have Garrett sitting back there as the one to back up should he get around. I would imagine Harry Gibson with the ball probably not going to try and go anywhere. He'll just try and keep it up the top. Bound falls over for Malvern.
It was no good doubling the ball if you got a teammate 5 metres behind you, and that's the whole purpose. You've got to be side by side and box him in. Just a foot race.
Gibson runs the ball around the back. Back up the top. He's not prepared to go anywhere. He's waiting for his teammates to come back on.
Mission accomplished.
Yep. Golden opportunity goes by for Malvern. Williamstown yet again kill the penalties. And they bring the ball back into their attack in a 6-on-6 situation. Ball with Emery. Looks down the corner to Gibson. Sends it behind to Liam Clark. He drives on his left-hand side. Gets around the Malvern fence slide. Forces him to move it on. Very rare mistake, but they've got plenty of time to pick it up. Butson with Garrett defending. Butson goes to take a run. He's going to go right. Garrett runs with him. Forces the pass. Back up the top. Williamstown moving the ball very crisply. And we have a very, very rare error by the Williamstown side today. So the ball spills out and Malvern will take possession in their back half. Just need to work a bit harder to clear this ball. Chan will walk it up. Williamstown prepared to let them walk it up, let the goalkeeper walk with the ball. He takes a long pass down to Norton. Norton will settle Malvern into attack. Ball with Wada. Goes to Garrett at the top. Malvern still making changes. Baker up the top right-hand side. Sends it down the bottom to Tran. Sends it back up to Baker. Baker looks across. He's going to make a move. He makes the move. He skips around Goulet. Dumps it down the bottom. Nothing on. Norton with the ball. Sends it up the top to Wada. Wada makes his move. It's through. Finds Curry standing there, but we can't grab the ball. And Williamstown clear it. Shay Mowat comes out with the ball for Williamstown. Sends it down, quick movement. Great save, Roger Chan. Look at the once again, the Malvern attackman standing 20 metres behind their defender makes an easy clear. And in that instance, fortunately for Malvern, there was a technical somewhere else and it looks like they'll retain possession of the ball. Let's see what the referees are calling here. No, it's going to be a Williamstown ball. No, back to Malvern. Okay. Chan will walk it up again. Have another try. Boogie's with the ball. Williamstown riding very hard, very ferocious. Got to get some more help. Boogie's still with the ball under immense pressure, nowhere to go. Gets it across to Norton. He spills it out. Tries to keep it in. He's being double-teamed. Williamstown are out double-teaming everywhere. Malvern guys are just standing back. There's no talk out there. And he's getting mangled. Gibson with the ball. Misses a shot. Will be the call here. Ball will stay with Blue. We got a foul down. Gibson with the ball, scoops around the left-hand side. Boongie's doing a good job there today.
Been good again.
He's been very good again today. And we have an offside call on Malvern. Williamstown were in possession of the ball when the offside was called, so they'll take a 30-second possession, man up. Williamstown man up for 30 seconds. Ball goes up to Butson at the top. I haven't noticed any definite pattern with the Williamstown man up. They just move the ball, continue to move the ball until someone gets open. Very crisp with their ball movement. Gibson bottom left, sends it back up to his brother Harry Gibson. Butson across to Jenny. Working an overload on that bottom right-hand side, and they get it.
No, missed.
And the shot was poor, saved by Chan. In great disarray, Malvern. Sam Todd Hunter.
You can throw
nowhere to go. They're just staved. They just have his teammates standing around watching. They're not working hard enough to go and help. Whereas the other hand, Williamstown are all over every ball, contesting every single issue.
20 seconds. Hey, we gotta go. We gotta go. Go, Hash. Go.
Harry Gibson driving with the ball. Good defence by James Garrett. Forces him to move it to the bottom corner. Williamstown looking for a last shot in the quarter. 6 seconds left. Ball in dispute. Todd Hunter comes up with it again. Nowhere to go. Time's going to run out and Malvern won't get the shot off. So at the end of the third quarter, we have Williamstown 9, Malvern 5. We've seen earlier in the game, and Williamstown were able to score 3 or 4 goals in a couple of minutes. I'm sure that Malvern can, but it's not looking likely at this stage unless something happens in this last quarter. Take us through the stats for that quarter, Curly.
Yeah, Williamstown just had the 6 shot on the net, but they scored the 2 out of that. Only missed the 1, so that was handy enough. But Malvern led the quarter with a shot. They had 7 on the net, only scored twice, and had 3 that went wide. So they had a 10-7 win on that shots for that quarter, but just not effective enough.
Yep. Too many missed opportunities at this stage, but as we know in this game, it's a funny game. It can turn very, very quickly. We see games where teams have been down 3 goals with 2 minutes to go, and they get up and tie it up and win in overtime. It's always a possibility, but we do need to see a big swing in the momentum for that to happen here today.
Bryce, you want Angus is 2.
15 minutes to go in this state league clash between Malvern and Williamstown. Again, we see Sean Clark and Angus Thompson Pritchard face off in the middle. Clark been dominant all day. He asserts his dominance yet again with an easy possession. They won't be in too much of a hurry to go anywhere. Williamstown, I know they won't try and run the clock, but there's no need for them to hurry. They have a 4-goal lead. It's up to Malvern to get out and take the game up to and try and bridge that gap.
Yeah, Williamstown, particularly with Clark in the middle, have won 13 face-offs with just Malvern picking up 3. Yep. So it's a big domination there.
Bit of a swing of Malvern last year. I know last year Malvern was very dominant in the face-off last year. Last couple of weeks it's sort of been slipping them by a little bit. Emery makes a move, nowhere to go. Sends it across to Gibson. He looks across. Sends a skip pass over. Gibson there. James Butler guarding him.
Yeah, they spread him out wide.
Yep. Keep that area open for the attackers to run through. Jenny with the ball. Moves it across. Cal Gibson makes the move. Once again, that long pass across. Shot goes. It's wide. Deflects off a Malvern stick, but Williamstown will keep possession of the ball. Shot goes wide again. Ball will stay with Williamstown. Liam Clark with the ball down behind. It's it up to Gibson. Gibson rolls inside 1. Here's a shot again from number 4, Harry Gibson. Chan comes up with the save. He's across to Sammy Booge. He's just done a hell of a lot of work down there clearing the ball today.
Been solid with Sammy.
Yep, goes back to the middle. Now we have a runner in the middle. Curry with the ball, takes it across with ease. Continues on his bike, heads towards goals, trying to look somewhere, nowhere to go. Gets double team, triple team, loses the ball. Williamstown come up with it again. There's a rare mistake.
The right place at the right time.
Certainly the right place at the right time.
I don't know if I'll give number 18 for Williamstown the assist, but
Well,
unfortunate for Willie.
Bit unfortunate, Flynn Hogan there, but I mean that pulls it back to 3 goals. It's a little bit better than what it was for the Malvern side a short time ago, but they've got to get a couple of quick ones. They've got to get some momentum and get rid of some of the errors and some crisp ball movement, feet movement. And you never know, it can get back in the game. So Malvern have gone for the long stick in the face-off now. Lockie bound in there. He's up against Sean Clark again. I'm just wondering, Dave, what they'll do. Will they contest it or let him pick it up and try and take it off him? What's the call
here? You
here?
have to contest. If you're going to put a long stick in there, he's got to go for the face-off. Let him put a heap of pressure, leg pressure and stick pressure on
the lines, though, we're not matched up. This probably comes straight out the back.
He's got to keep it in there. He's got to check him again.
Yeah.
Leg speed.
Yeah.
There you have half a chance.
Yep. Good move by Malvern trying to do that there, but it didn't come off from Williamstown going to attack again. Ball with Cullen Gibson. He's not in any hurry. Down the back to Jenny. Jenny up to Butson. Ball with Emery now. Across to Gordon. Cal Gibson want to have a look at the left-hand sweep. He gets free, makes the move, takes the shot and scores.
Off the hips.
Puts it back out to 4 goals. 11 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this last quarter here at the Malvern Town Hall. I think the sun's gone in. There's not much danger of the sun being any advantage for the shooter down that end, Dave. As we used to know it, always that third quarter down that Scout Hall end of the ground was always a good long-range shot high because of the sun being in the goalkeeper's eyes, but that's gone. I think it's important now that if Malvern are going to contest this in the middle, they need to man up on the lines. They need to be right on the players. If the ball does spill, that there is competition there to get that ground ball.
Yeah, the long stick must put a heap of pressure on. Got it straight at it.
Yep.
Here a chance again.
Yep.
Still a chance.
It just seems that where the Malvern guys are not on their men when it's spilling out. So all the loose ground balls are going Williamstown way at the moment, which has just happened again. Clark wins it. He sends it back to his goalkeeper down the other end.
That's gone.
A little bit more intensity on the Malvern side riding, then forces a turnover. Garrett will bring it in for Malvern in the far side. Some of the goal scorers from last week. Garrett had 4 last week. We need to get him in the game. He needs to score.
And he scored him off the crease.
Yep.
I went to the 1-4-1. He was scoring big time off the crease.
Takashi Wada with the ball. Sends it down to Barnes. Gets it to Norton behind. Norton looks to drive. Looks up the top. Baker's up there. Wada with the ball. He likes to take a dodge and run. He's going to have another go. Nowhere to go. Williamstown ready to double there. Baker with the ball. He makes the move. Spins back inside left. Takes a shot and scores. Beautiful move there by Mitch Baker. Puts it back to a 3-goal game. Plenty of time to go, but Malvern need to get that aggression and take some chances. Gamble a little bit down on that attack when they do get the ball there, Curly.
Well, the most important thing is get the ball from the midfield and face-off area. That's where the bread's buttered.
Yep. Now we have a change in both teams face-off. We have Angus Thompson-Pritchard up against Noah Jenny. Both know each other fairly well, played in junior state sides together. There's no mates out there at this point in time. They both want this ball. Jenny flicks it out, can't pick it up, gets possession, moves it across really quick. Williamstown will settle down. Yet another attempt at scoring there, attack and half. Another rare error by Williamstown. Ball doesn't go out. He has time, Gibson, to pick it up and maintain possession. Ball across to Gordon. Gordon goes across to Emery. Moves the ball to Cal Gibson. Sends it up top. Gordon fumbles, gets possession, tries to take a drive. Thompson Pritchard guarding him. Quick ball movement behind from Williamstown. Back to Liam Clark on the bottom right-hand side. He's going to take Tammy Todd Hunter on. Todd Hunter lays the check. Good work. Another shot from Williamstown goes wide. Williamstown will retain possession.
Ball in the back. Angus Menzies taking on Butler. Gibson Emery. You sweep to the right. Stops, looks. Back to X. Back to Menzies. Harry. To Cal. Oh, he opened on the crease too. Look for his brother. Hello. Oh, save. Roger the Dodger. Big save.
Certainly kept them in it today. Great save by Roger Chan. Malvern in attack. Now the urgency must be applied. Still plenty of time to go, but with 3-goal deficit, you can't be waiting until the last 2 minutes. They need to go now. Tran comes on. Wada sends it across to Norton. Norton down behind a bad pass. Threw it straight to the opposition stick. Goulet gets the ball. He sends a bad pass. Thompson Pritchard picks up the garbage and scores. All of a sudden we have a 10-8 game. 8 minutes 19 to go in the quarter. Very rare error from the Williamstown side. There's been actually two in this quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
Both the goals Malvern have scored have been from Williamstown errors.
Once in a blue moon, but the twice in the one quarter.
Yeah.
Very uncharacteristic. We'll take it.
Tom Bound in there for Malvern up against Noah Jenny for Williamstown. $8:19 to go in the quarter. Bound gets in underneath, holds him up. Ball's out there for whoever wants it. Tom Bound comes out with a great ground ball, brings Malvern into attack.
Sit on it.
We've gone back over the line, or has Malvern called the timeout just in time? Great call by the Malvern coaches. They've called the timeout just as he stepped over the line. So we'll go to a timeout and then we'll be back with the Malvern possession. 2 goals the difference. 7:59 to go in the last quarter here at the Malvern Town Hall. Williamstown have been very composed all day, Curly. They basically took the lead and sort of been cruising. It would be a different story if Malvern can pull another one back on them and put a bit of pressure on and maybe force them to make a few more mistakes. But they need to score and they need to do it quickly.
Yeah, well, Darren Nicholas really just spoke with the long stick players there and read the right act to them about improve their production down there all of a sudden, and Malvern will knock on that door.
Yep. Williamstown still have 2 timeouts left. I don't think they've used them.
No one from Malvern wants to pick the ball up.
Yep.
That'll be interesting.
They need to be a bit more organised. So Malvern have used 1 timeout. They do have 1 left in case they need it. Barnes with the ball. Down to Tran. Tran across to Norton. Norton goes over to Baker. I'm just trying to work which one they're going to do. Is it Garrett the one they're going to drive through? No, he moves it off. Barnes is the one that has the short stick. He moves it on as well. Ball to Tran. Up to Wada. He likes to take a run, but he finds Baker over there. Baker's going to have another go. Goulet with hard defence on him. Baker spins back to the left, takes a shot, but it's not a great shot. Evan Willis comes up with the ball. This is where Malvern need to really ride, and it looks like they may have forced a turnover. Yep, looks like the goalkeeper stepped back into his crease. Little bit of pressure. Norton with the ball. Goes across to Tran. Tran looks across to Wada. He's going to be the one that wants to go. He loves to go. Works for the shot.
Didn't have the shot.
Referee's call. Closest to the ball when it goes over the line. We have a Malvern call. Malvern with possession. Tran with the ball. Primarily will move the ball on. Goes across to young Barnes. He hits up Wada, standing up the top. Wada down the bottom. Looks to Norton. Norton looks across the middle. I don't know what he was looking at there. He throws it straight to the goalkeeper.
There you go. Yeah, Evan Willis straight onto that. And Button does his job and runs the ball down the other end. Now Williamstown will stretch it out.
Bit of frustration creeping into the Malvern camp. Butson with the ball up high. 6 minutes to go. They're not going to be able to run the clock for that amount of time. They'll be looking to continue to score. But there is no rush for Williamstown. Butson with the ball. Jenny comes on. Sends it back to the top. Across to Emery. Young Barnes guarding him. He looks like he's going to take a run. Emery skips around a couple of them. Runs into a good body. That's a good solid defence from the Malvern outfit there. Great to see.
Oh.
A little bit scrappy there. Chan gets the ball back. His goal saving's been absolutely incredibly perfect today, Chan. Just having a bit of trouble clearing the ball. I feel he needs a little bit more help there. And Williamstown prepared just to sit back and let Roger Chan walk up the field with the ball. Baker's over, steps it over for Malvern. 5 to go in the last quarter. Malvern in possession in the attacking half. This is where they need to go, Dave. They need to start to take a few chances, a few risks.
I think we've all got to start the run.
Yep. Curry's the one he throws. He has a short stick on him but decides to move it off. Wada's had a couple of goes, but it might not be the one that's going to be effective at this point in game. Curry's the one. Curry makes the move. He's going to dodge. He swims over to his left. Takes the shot. No, gets the shot off and scores.
It does.
That brings it back to a one-goal game. Williamstown 10, Malvern 9. 4:30 left to go in the quarter. As I said now, all of a sudden, Dave, Williamstown been cruising ahead all day in front. Now the pressure's back on. They only have a one-goal lead. They can't try and run 4 minutes and a half out of a game with a one-goal lead. They're going to have to go. So we're looking for an exciting 4 minutes and 30 to go in this game. Back to the crucial face-off will be Thompson Pritchard against Sean Clark, who's been dominant all day. Angus has won a couple.
Malvern had 5 shots on the net for their 4 goals this quarter. Clark's got the
Clark falls on the ball, comes up with it. Comes up with it. Ball with Butson. 4 minutes to go in the last quarter. Williamstown in possession through Gibson. He moves it down to the corner. Liam Clark at the back. Jenny comes around. Moves it up to Harry Gibson. He fumbles, but he's able to retain possession. Emery with the ball. Back to Harry Gibson. It looks like he wants to make a move. Takes on Aaron Curry. Curry, good defence there. Dislodges the ball. Comes up with it. Pressure's on. Williamstown won't let him have an easy ball. Curry skips through. Goes towards the goal. Sends it across. Malvern are going to settle it. Coaches are screaming at them to settle the ball. Good work by Aaron Curry there. All the hard yards done there to put Malvern into attack. Garrett with the ball. We haven't seen much of him today. He hasn't been out there a lot. He could be the go-to one at the last couple of minutes of this game as we head down to 3 minutes to go in the game. Malvern with a 1-goal deficit. Baker wants to take it on. Doesn't have anywhere to go. Goes across behind to Norton.
He'll dodge.
Norton gets to Tran. Tran's going to take the left-hand sweep. There's no one there. He tries to skip it. Skips it to Baker. Baker to Garrett. Garrett gets pushed out. Malvern, good ball movement. Baker moves it on again. Norton copping around the
bottom right-hand corner. Gets it up to Baker. Thompson Pritchard, he doesn't mind having a run either. Angus Society's going to take a go, takes a shot.
Too far.
Too far out. Williamstown with possession now. Butson, as we've seen all day, clears the ball yet again. Been a big workhorse for Williamstown, Butson, Dave.
Yeah, for many a year. Powerful runner. Always reliable. Goalkeeper looks straight up and he's off to the races.
Liam Clark with the ball in no hurry. Gets it up to Sean Clark. Sends it across to Menzies. Malvern coach is calling to push out now. We get under the 2-minute mark. I'm not quite sure if they know what to do. Can't stand back because Williamstown can easily run this 1:46 off the clock. Don't want to overcommit. Gibson with the ball. Boongies has been a good match-up for him all day.
Yeah, he's played solid defence.
Yep, they're pushing out. They need to try and force the error. It's time to gamble. Lockie Bound trying to dispossess the ball.
He's got to lock off the adjacents.
He gets the spill, but it's picked up again. Williamstown still have the ball. Cal Gibson with the ball, moves it up the top. Williamstown have been called to get it in and keep it in. 1:14 to go in the quarter. Williamstown lead by a goal. Timeout on Malvern.
Black.
Okay. I think they just need to use that timeout rather than waiting to see if they can get it into attack. Try and get this defence to get out and push the ball and take a few chances and see if we can cause a spill. Coach Chris Baker quite vocal out there at the group, trying to get his message through as to what he actually wants these guys to do with 1 minute and 13 to go in the quarter. Well, the plan's been set. It's up to the players now. Interesting whether they pull the goalie or what they do there, but we definitely need to get out and have a crack.
Yeah, I wouldn't think they'd pull the goalie.
Nah. I see it happen all the time in Australia and overseas. Quite often it can work, but most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time it just gives the game up with that extra goal.
You've got to be very, very well rehearsed.
So, got to be very well rehearsed, but they have actually done that. So,
okay.
Chance out there. They cause a spill, Malvern, but the ball's in dispute on the ground. Still there, Williamstown able to pick the ball up. Clock ticking down to 58 seconds. Liam Clark makes the run, sends it back behind. Harry Gibson with the ball. They don't really need to go anywhere at the moment. There's 46 seconds to go.
You've got to box them in.
Malvern not aggressive enough at this point in time. Now they're out and after it.
Don't have the leg speed.
Emery just runs it away. Boonji's been out. He's been good today, Boonji's, but
again,
he's just got to get out and get after it. Makes a check that time.
There you go.
Dislodges the ball. Anyway, as it is, Williamstown score. That's 11-9. There's 22 to go. 22 seconds to go in the game. Looks like it's game over, Dave, from where I see it.
Very much so, Gus. Very much.
Can't see Malvern coming out with two quick, fast break goals out of the middle here today. Bad luck, Sammy Bougie. That's such a great game. He's ended up with a foul in the last 22 seconds of the game. It's like Lockie Bound in there against Sean Clark. Clark keeping his record intact. Comes up with it. Williamstown are a man up. There's 18 seconds to go, 14 seconds to go in the game. They don't need to go anywhere. They'll take the time out. referee error there. I thought that the Williamstown coach, Darren Nicholas, had called a timeout, but he's standing here saying he didn't do it. So 7 seconds to go in the game. Not much need for Williamstown to do anything. Two-one, game over. Well, that's the day it was. Dave, good game of lacrosse. Once again, Malvern didn't get off to a start that they wanted to. They were sort of trailing all day. Certainly had opportunities to, to pull it back during the day, but just could not get that ball out of the middle. And there was just too many unforced errors, which I'm sure they can go back to the drawing board and work on. There's a lot of improvement there for this Malvern side. 2 goals down, lose the game by 2 goals. It's back to the drawing board. They need to work a bit harder. They need to get people turning up to training and work harder and get that desire to get off to a good start and be the team that leads and tries to hold a lead rather than team running people down or running teams down each week.
Yeah.
So what do we got for the game? The goal scorers.
Yeah, Williamstown finished that last quarter with the 2 goals each of the Gibson boys. But on the shooting wise, Malvern actually tied Williamstown for 19 shots on the net each. Malvern outshot Williamstown with the ones that missed by 13 to an 8. But the dominant force, of course, was number 9 in the face-off area for Williamstown.
Oh, yeah, that was...
they won 19 face-offs to Malvern's 4, so
yeah.
That's a domination in there.
Yeah, you're well up in the 80% range there. It's, as you know, it's a crucial part of the game, first use of the ball. Anyway, it's got something. Malvern got some work to do, and it's certainly...
Yeah, it's all in front of them.
It's all in front of them. So, I thought today that, the Malvern defence did a good job to keep Williamstown to 11
I think they
goals.
were pretty solid for 4 quarters.
Roger Chan was excellent in the cage. Yeah. Sam Boogis and Sam Todd Hunter both had really, really good solid games down there. Down on the other end of the field, we just didn't have enough goal scorers on the day.
Yeah.
And there's a result. So anyway, that's round 5, and that's Malvern's second loss 2 weeks in a row. They've played the top 2 sides now.
Yeah.
They just need to keep winning and keep trying to get their 4 points and stay alive so that they can get another crack at these guys next time after they've done a bit of homework. So that's it for the day. I'm Gus Campbell.
Dave Joy.
Signing off for the day.